All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there are multiple mediums on which you can interact with this content. But my favorite way, and the way you might want to go today, because I do have another little video snippet from that show that's called Dinar. But I mean, it's nothing special, but I know people like to see the images like I do. So, and I don't think there's any sound. If there is sound, it's crazy sounds. It may be me eating, but anyway, so that's there. So how you would get to the blog, it's parked at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, but that's too much to type in or to remember. So wherever you are engaging with this content, look for a prompt of more info, intro, description, something of that nature, and click that, and then either another link will pop up that'll say link to my FX Buddies, or the actual link will pop up. And then you go there and it's the blog. It's a free blog. You don't have to put your email address in, and I'm not selling anything. And there's only 4 more days left for that coin that I've been talking about. So although I don't sell the coin, it's an offer for a pre-ICO, right? Initial coin offering, but it's even pre that, right? But anyway, so let's get into, I didn't post yesterday. There was really nothing. It's all political. It was all the same. Well, you know what? There was one. Hold on. All right. So I just did an edit there. So there was one more article about that, the new mechanism for the pre-calculating the custom fees that's going to go into effect on December 1st. There was one article. It's comprehensive, and that's why I put it there. Plus, I like the title, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this came out. The guy who wrote this, I don't like to put his picture there because it's not a very flattering picture of him. I've seen him talk on the talk shows, right? And yeah, it's just not a nice picture of him. And he is a doctor of, whatever, finance, whatever. But so we'll get into this. The Iraqi Dinar, stable and consistent. Well, I put this title here. I might change this. So if you are looking at this blog and the title is different, I put dinar stability, massive reserves, and zero plans to change the rate. But now remember, when I see them say zero plans to change the rate, I believe that means devalue. And I think they should have the word yet there, right? But that's me. That's what I think. That's how I see it. So that's why I don't get so upset. Plus, you already know, if you probably already know, I already think we're going into next year with this. So them saying yet would not trigger me, right? Okay, so amidst the analyses and speculation circulating that raise questions about the fate of the national currency, why can't they just say Iraqi dinar? But they do. They do, right? Official facts and data confirm that talk of any change in the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar is nothing more than speculation that is not based on any sound economic foundation. So, I'll just keep reading. Through a careful reading of the economic reality and the official statements of the CBI, it becomes clear that the stability of the exchange rate is the fixed strategic option that is being defended with effective monetary tools and a huge balance of foreign reserves, which they just bought more gold they had an article out. But they said, oh, now we have 160 tons of gold. But remember earlier in the week, they said, oh, we have 170 tons of gold. Okay, where'd the 10 tons go, right? So that's why I don't believe the number they put out. I think they probably have more than that, but whatever. All right, so the facts on the ground speak for themselves clearly. Huge foreign reserves exceeding $95 billion form a protective shield that ensures hard currency liquidity and covers all external strengthening needs of the national economy. So we hear that, right? Those are the things they keep falling back on. The gold, the foreign reserves, the smart money and fiscal policy tools, right? The central bank's firm policies have also proven effective in maintaining the stability of the official and parallel exchange rates, as they have succeeded in narrowing the gap between them significantly. I don't know about that. Supported by the flow of oil revenues, which constitute a stable source of hard currency, this stability in the exchange rate has been a key pillar behind achieving low inflation rates, the lowest in the region, which has contributed to protecting the purchasing power of citizens and maintaining stable living conditions. And there's a video that I think will, make sure you stay all the way to the end. I have a fun thing, not related to the RV, but it's in Iraq's news, and it could quite possibly be a come up for you. Okay? You know, if I can bring you a way to make some money, I'm gonna bring it, right? But anyway, in conclusion, the future of the Iraqi dinar is shaped... Oh, wait. I skipped. I was going to show you the video, but it's in Arabic. I'm going to try to translate it over the weekend, because we got a long weekend, right? Well, here in America, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, but guess what? Within the last few hours of the day, Baghdad has determined tomorrow to be a holiday as well. And they do that every year. And since Baghdad has deemed it a holiday, eventually the other governments will. Maybe not all 19 of them, but enough of them where it'll be a slow news day. Then Friday's their holy day, right? Saturday, maybe they'll pick up. Then Sunday, they'll definitely be back to work. And, so we'll see. So if I don't post, it's because there's really nothing to post about, right? Okay. Let's see. Here, stability in the exchange. Okay, we did read that. All right. We can skip that one. But in conclusion, the future of the Iraqi dinar is shaped by a strong economic reality and a wise monetary policy that refuses to be swayed by any pressures or rumors, stressing that stability is the most prominent theme in the coming period. Then I think there's going to be another article that uses that phrase also. So here's Mohammed Saleh. If you didn't know what he looked like, this is pretty recent. This is what he looks like right now. All right. So a government advisor reveals the truth about the financial situation in Iraq. No cause for concern. I was watching 2012, that movie 2012 with Jack. Is his name Jack Cusack? John or Jack? John Cusack or something like that. I love that movie. Well, I watch it up until the point when they actually get to the ship. Then I turn it off after that. But there's a part in there that say when they tell you it's safe, or when they tell you not to be concerned, that's when you should be concerned, or something like that, right? But yeah, so there he is saying no cause for concern. But he's just there saying what's being circulated about Iraq going through a severe financial crisis and being unable to pay salaries is part of a heated political season in which negative rumors against Iraq abound, stressing that most of what is being raised is not based on facts. So he was nice about it. He points out the current wave of fear-mongering has put citizens in a state of unjustified anxiety. I think their anxiety is justified, but, hopefully they won't have to deal with this too much longer. Stressing that Iraq is not a besieged country and is not at war, and the financial and monetary policies are working to ensure a decent life, from the food basket to salaries and infrastructure, and everything that is being raised about cutting salaries or reducing the value of the dinar or an economic collapse is nothing but lies. Lies upon lies, as he put it. All right, now, this is Samir al-Nasari. Oh, look, his name is spelled different again. He didn't hold back. So I'm going to spend most of the time reading this article because the other ones are pretty much the same. But, yeah. Pressure on the central bank to change the exchange rate constitutes interference with its independence. After the announcement of the final election results and for the political and self-serving interests of some influential figures, speculators, and traders who deal in illegal trade through direct transfers outside the controls of the central bank, official border crossings, and the new instructions for prior customs registration starting from December 1st, 2025, which ensure control over the government's custom revenues. I would say more control, right? I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get around it. About a week ago, media pressure began directed by some specialists, non-specialists, and self-proclaimed analysts who frequently appear on media channels with vested interests on social media with the aim of disrupting the Iraqi market. So there's people who still want to interfere with this, right? Which has remained stable throughout 2025 due to the wise monetary policies and efforts made by the CBI, which maintained the general price level and kept the inflation rate below 1%, controlled the money supply, and built sufficient foreign reserves to cover the local currency and cover imports. He is talking about the CBI. He is currently implementing an ambitious project for a comprehensive and radical reform of the banking sector. He receives continuous praise from the World Bank, the IMF, the U.S. Treasury for the steps he has taken in implementing monetary policy over the past 3 years. And then he talks about the last 2 times they devalued. Due to the central bank's measure mentioned above, relative stability has been achieved despite all the internal and external challenges, and all the speculators' plans to weaken the purchasing power of the Iraqi dinar have failed. We must also not forget, clearly and precisely, that there is an organized lobby working against achieving monetary stability, led and implemented by multiple entities linked to speculators and corrupt individuals who have a special agenda to weaken and harm the national economy by fabricating news and statements, spreading rumors, and flawed and paid economic analyses, and turning them from reassuring news for the market and citizens into news that confuses the market and creates panic among citizens. This is what is actually happening now, which requires clarification here, as it has been happening for about 10 years, right? So he told it all, didn't he? So then that's enough of that. I mean, here again he talks about the reserves. That's how they're able to control the stability of the exchange rate and all of that. So if you want to read that. But here, I'll finish this last part that I haven't read. The return of stability into the exchange rate, the return of stability to the exchange rate to its targeted and balanced rates will be achieved with the support of the concerned authorities in the government by activating other productive sectors, reforming the financial and banking sector, drawing up clear financial policies in coordination with monetary policy and its currently adopted applications and tools, and overcoming the challenges of achieving economic stability, which means achieving stability in the financial and monetary system. This is not only the duty of the central bank alone, but it is a fundamental duty of fiscal policy and the government's approach to managing the economy, activating sources of national income other than oil, supporting, protecting, and encouraging local production, generalizing the activation of dealing in the Iraqi Dinar in all internal cash trading activities, expanding the use of electronic payment methods, and enhancing digital transformation. Okay, and they're doing all of that, right? But so remember it said activating sources of national income other than oil. And remember, I think in the last episode, Mohammed Saleh had pointed out that there were dormant methods of income, right? And then now here, and they know each other. I don't know if they're about the same age, but I'm sure they've been working together for a long time. Remember, they even went to that neighborhood and talked. It was like a cafe or something, and it was Mohammed Saleh, Samir al-Nasari, and Mustafa Hantoush. Anyway, you probably don't remember that, but I do. I remember that. All right, let's see. Oh, I put the same article here twice, so I'll delete this one. All right. Let's see. Here's just another little sidebar, but this is good. U.S. State Department Michael Regas will visit Baghdad soon and then open the Erbil consulate. So they must feel stable and ready to do that, right? And that embassy, the people there will work with Turkey because they have to renew those contracts, right? And also, just so you know, we still don't know when that envoy is going and who's in it, right? We're expecting an American envoy to show up in Baghdad. We just don't know when. So here is AsiaCell and Cisco. Now, I have not seen the name Cisco in decades, and I was once invested in them. So I thought, that's very interesting to see them. AsiaCell and Cisco are collaborating to enhance network reliability with artificial intelligence in Iraq. Yeah, but there's another company. Okay, so here they're shaking hands. AsiaCell, Cisco. Let's see. Is it this one? Here. This is on Yahoo Finance. And it says AsiaCell and EVAM partner. What is that? I don't know. But they're partnering to elevate real-time customer engagement across Iraq's digital landscape. So I don't know if this is it says, through this collaboration, AsiaCell is adopting EVAM-X, EVAM's advanced engagement platform, to deliver hyper-personalized real-time marketing across its nationwide customer base. So they want to set a new regional benchmark for customer service in the Middle East telecom sector. And so there's AsiaCell with these EVAM people. So more AI-driven. So I'm not going to post this, but I'll put a link to it. under that article, because it kind of ties together. Okay, so under this article right here, I'll have a link to that press release. That's on Yahoo Finance. Can you believe that? All right, so this was a really big story today. I have no idea why, but they even showed this on TV, on their TV. The central bank classifies social media celebrities as high risk. So if social media celebrities and influencers want to get loans, they are considered high risk and errorists. Yeah, they have to show statements. They have to show how many followers they have, bank statements, how many followers they have. They have to put links to all their social media accounts, recent photos. There's 8 pages. The document is 8 pages long. It was all in Arabic, but they were even talking about it on the TV. So I guess it is important. They want, it comes from the central bank, so it goes to all the banks, right? But I'm thinking maybe previous influencers paid poorly on their loans, and so that's why they're giving that high risk status. I don't know, but I thought that was funny. All right, so we're gonna skip this. Between a secure reality and an urgent need for a new economic reform model. So they've kind of gotten away from the scary, we're not going to change the rate, right? We're never going to change the rate. They've kind of gotten away from that language, and now they're just talking more about the factual information. Like here, they're talking about GDP, their investment portfolio, public debt, right? Things you can see because they have to publish that, right? And that one is, no, this was interesting. The 2026 budget is on the planning table. A discussion of the general framework and plans for subsequent years. Now, it may not be this one, but in one of the articles, they say, well, under the new U.S. president, it's going to be, he's about business and keeping oil low, keeping oil prices low. So they're keeping that in mind for the 2026, 2027, and 2028 budgets, but they're doing them separately. They're not going to be, it's not going to be a tripartite budget like that last one was. That was horrible. And then, so I'm thinking, since they're doing the 2026, they should be wrapping up the 2025 also. And maybe there's a possibility we'll see it in December. All right, here's an ad, like a billboard that they're running. For those who are just listening, it's a cell phone and a credit card or debit card laying on top of the cell phone. And it says, National Bank makes it easy to renew subscriptions instantly through its smart application. All right, here is that other article that I was saying. The central bank's new mechanism angered speculators. Experts reveal the secret behind the dollar's surge. And they had that. This is that website that makes their headlines red or yellow or just regular. And they made this one a red headline. So if you want to read this, it's very comprehensive, and they have, this is what Nabil Marsumi said, this is what Manar Obaidi said. They have that broken out, and then the benefits of what it's going to do are all listed separately. And I know some of you like a listing like that instead of like a paragraph format. So I thought I would post that there if you want to read that. All right, because, December 1st is when that goes into effect, and some people think other things will have to go into effect as well on that day. Would you like to support my FX buddies? These are the ways. Oh, and someone did too. Let me see. Oh, well, um, I almost said their name. In Maryland, I have a supporter in Maryland. Thank you. And NB, I'll just use initials because I don't think they want their name out. NB, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so here's the tokens I was talking about, the free bonus tokens, 5,000. You get 5,000 and I get 5,000 if you use my link to make an initial purchase of $30. All right, and remember there's 2 press releases out, and when this blog is a live link, both of these links will be live. All right. So, oof, that's big. Wow, I'll need to shrink that. Or you can go to Buy Me a Coffee. Cash App is always live, $ Tishwash. Or PayPal is Tishwash. Big or small, I appreciate it all. Thank you in advance for your generosity. All right, here is credit rating. Another one. This is Fitch, I believe. Yeah. Fitch has listed Iraq 9th tier globally at a rating of B-. Alright, if you want to read that, you can. Oh, this is a really good article about the stock market and their plans they have for the future. Here's another article, a little different. It's Nabil Marsumi again, but see, he's saying Iraq's in a very difficult financial situation, stressing that the economy needs a surgical intervention phase. So see, he's not so much about, well, they're not going to change the rate. And he's the one saying throughout the term of the U.S. president, oil is going to be low, so Iraq should use $60 or less. Yeah, so if you want to read that, I think we'll go down. Here's another one. What is the real cause of the dinar shortage in Iraq? Oh no, this is a comprehensive report for all of you people who like very detailed stuff with charts and graphs. Yes, you will love this article. But not only that, and it talks about oil. I mean, it really is good. He breaks down a lack of cash, but also the difference between when they say there's no cash, no dollars, and a shortage of dinars, right? So it's really good citizen education as well for those citizens that are gonna read that. Okay, so this is the video that I took from the show. Was called, and they have a bunch of, well, it's the Dinar. It's that show that's called the Dinar. And the other little subtitle was Salaries, Bills, and Transactions, Iraq and the Journey to a Digital Economy. That was the subtitle of it. And they have a bunch of images of showing people paying with point of sale machines, pulling out money out of the ATMs and banks, and it's just 2 minutes. Okay, now, have you heard of a come up? Do you know what a come up is? Look at that. Do you know what that is? Those are Crocs. Crocs that look like an Xbox controller. Can you believe that? Now, this is in Iraq's news. Oh, I forgot. There was a serious explosion at an oil field. 80% of electricity was down, and it was in Kurdistan. So see, someone is trying to manipulate, interfere, right? But anyway, imagine if you could buy a bunch of these and then resell them, because I know they're going to run out. I know they're going to run out. But yeah. So look, this is player left, player right. Everything is on here. It's so great. Wow. So yeah, you'll be called a money grubbing capitalist, but hey, if you could do it. So it's probably, I don't know, sometimes Iraq is ahead of things like that, because they do have a pretty big gaming community. I mean, they even have cafes where you go in and you pay by the hour or whatever to play the video games there. So I could see why they would be interested in that. But yeah, check that out. If I had some money, that's what I would do. I would buy some in several sizes and then resell them when they run out and have a little holiday come up. But that's me. Xbox on your feet. Crocs launches new slippers that perfectly mimic the controller. And you see that came out today. All right. So thanks for watching. Let me see. We'll go back over here and listening, and enjoy your holiday weekend. Those of you who are going to step away from Dinarland and won't come back until Monday, enjoy. But for those of you who still stick around, like I said, if there's nothing worth posting tomorrow, which will be Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday, Friday I'll post, just because that will be 2 days. And I don't like to go more than 2 days. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. Thank you for your support with comments and thumbs up and subscribes. And all of that helps the channel. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you are indulging in this content. And until next time.